All right, today we're going to be talking about lesson 6-4. It's called percent of change. So percent of change or percent change, we're going to be looking at two items here. It's going to say it's either going from something to something else, and that will be getting bigger or smaller. So we're going to be looking at the new number minus the original number, or it'll be 2 minus from, all over from. Now, this means that in a statement it'll say it's going from something to something else. The 2 is the new value, the from is the original value. Now, once you do new minus original divided by original, you'll get a decimal. If that decimal is positive, it's a percent increase. And if that decimal is negative, it's a percent decrease. The percent out front will always be a positive number, but looking at either positive or negative answer will give us an increase or decrease. So let's look at example 1. It says find the percent of change from 20 students to 24 students. So the from 20, that's my original, and the to 24 is my new. So if I look at the equation up on top, new minus original, so it'll be 24 minus 20, and then divided by the original, which is 20. So 24 minus 20 is 4, and then 4 divided by 20 is 0.2. Notice how this decimal is positive, so it's going to be a percent increase. I'm then going to change this decimal to a percent, so I multiply by 100, or I move the decimal point 2 places to the right. So this is a 20% increase. Example 2, it says Pedro had 325 trading cards. Now he has 270 trading cards. Find the percent change and round to the nearest tenth. So in this case, we don't really have a from or to. But if you really look at it, Pedro had 325. So that's his original amount. And now he has 270. That's his new amount. So if I go ahead and do 270 minus 325, because it's new minus original divided by the original. So 270 minus 325 is going to be a negative 55 over 325. And then if I divide by 325, I get negative 0.16923, etc. First of all, this number is negative, so it's going to be a decrease. I'm going to multiply by 100 to change this to a percent, so I'll move it over 2 places. And it says to the nearest tenth. So now I have negative 16.923. Here's the tenths place. To round, I look at the next number. This is 4 or less, so I let this rest. So this is a 16.9% decrease. The reason why we don't have to have that negative sign next to the percent is because the word decrease already means negative. All right, let's look at the next side here. It says percent error. So percent error is the absolute value of what you guessed minus what actually happened, all divided by the actual amount. The reason why this is an absolute value is because percent error is always positive. Always. So regardless if your guess was larger than what actually happened or less than what actually happened, we want to take the absolute value of it because we are always going to be looking at a positive percent error. So example 3. It says Ben estimated that he would make $90 at his weekend job, and he actually earned $80. What was his percent error? So his guess is what he estimated. That was $90. He actually earned $80. So I'm going to look at the absolute value of 90 minus 80. all over 80 because it's guess minus actual divided by actual. We're going to be looking at the absolute value of 10 over 80. Now, 10 is already a positive number, so the absolute value of 10 is just going to get me 10. And if I do 10 divided by 80, I get 0.125. Move the decimal point to the right 2 places when we're multiplying or to get to a percent. So 12.5% error. That's the end of lesson 4. If you have any questions, please let me know.